Only the real elites are going to know what that means.
Greg's the one I wish
Everyone knows what that
the like I wish if anyone was going to win the lottery, I think Greg's my number one choice.
Yes. I'm the most
Right?
interested in how you would spend money.
Yes, how it would go,
This is a segment.
where
It would be
go.
nothing like how any other person would.
Yeah, no, there's so many bodega sunglasses
Yes.
purchased.
Ask away. I get each one of you in Carbonite for my wall.
In Carbonite.
Yeah, like Jared and Carbonite.
This is,
What is it?
we are already.
What is it, Carbonite?
You got to watch Star Wars.
Allison,
Right.
the minute you learn about this, the minute you're going to like be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is the first thing he thought.
So funny that Greg's shorthand line, he was like, yeah, what is Carbonite? A made-up thing
I
from the
don't know
Star
what
Wars universe.
Yeah.
I've never
Why
seen
would I
Star
know?
Wars.
His first
That's
thing
a
he's
big
going to
drop.
do. So Greg gets $1 billion and he's like, okay, I need you all to pose to get a bust of your full body.
A replica, not like trapped in
I would
something.
do it
Right.
when
We're
you're
not gonna be
sleeping.
trapped.
I wouldn't put it past
As
her.
soon as you fall asleep, I throw some saran wrap on you. I
Right.
harden it up. I sneak it out. Next thing, you're in my
It's-
house, Carbonite.
Yeah, it's the Star Wars version of paper mache.
Yes.
Where, like, what would one room with all of us or all of us scattered throughout a house?
That's a very good question. But unfortunately, it's not. Same room.
You're not gonna. Yeah, you're gonna have a Carbonite,
It's a Carbonite room.
wing.
Of course.
So, yeah.
And I'll have you in layers, right? Like I pull you up when I want to look at you. Like, oh, here.
Oh, like when
here's
you're
my Allison.
Oh, like when you're shopping for vinyl.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, just like that.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
It's crazy how we're all understanding this in different ways.
Well,
is it? Are they 3-dimensional or
Somewhat.
like relief?
Yes, someone is the
Somewhat.
correct answer.
Yeah.
They're your life size because Han Solo was frozen to be brought to Jabba.
My eyes are like blacking out. Okay,
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going.
You'll enjoy it if you just watch the right stuff. Let me take you through your Star Wars journey.
I don't know. I don't care. I don't care.
Don't you want to be closer to me? Don't you want to know what this bit is
no,
about?
yeah,
What
this
else?
makes me want to be further away.
So what's your
No, I love it.
second?
Because Jared's here. Because Jared's here, and she still has the hots for you.
It's
Still, that's never gone away. I'm just saying.
because we're facing each other.
Yeah,
We
why are you
never-
facing me? Because you won't look
know
at the
eye
sun
contact-
over there.
You know the eye contact issues that all three of us have been having, or that we've each been having with
Right.
you.
You are a Cobra Kai.
Cobra
Yeah.
Kai.
What is it?
Wrong show, schmuck. Cobra Kai.
go back to Manhattan, loser.
Oh man.
I have no teammates today.
I'm here, man. I'm on you, dog.
4 is tough. Should we introduce that we have a guest since we didn't do
didn't.
it last time and never said their
Who was
name?
the last guy?
Anthony Atamanik.
Oh really?
Can I say-
that was like a real get.
Yeah.
And you guys were like,
He lives in the neighborhood.
oh wow.
Yeah, apparently he lives a couple blocks away from us. We never knew that.
Yeah.
The guest, the way we do it so far is the guest always introduces themselves.
Yeah, all right.
So
that?
go away.
Nope.
We've had one
Nope,
guest.
we're doing it now.
No, but I think it's a cool idea.
That's a
that
great
it's-
idea.
But I think a cool thing to do is you go, we always do it this way.
Yes,
Yeah.
we always
Oh,
do
I
this
love
way.
that.
Right, this is
Moving
how it
forward.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I agree
This
with
is how
that.
we do
Don't
it.
be bashful.
Look
No,
to camera,
I've never
too.
been bashed.
Yeah, deliver it to one over here.
Where is the
They're everywhere.
It's my
camera?
It's my
It's
iPhone.
like China in here.
What's going on in here? I've always wanted to travel abroad to do a podcast, and I'm so happy to take the equivalent of a flight to Cleveland to get here to tape. And I'm excited to. You guys told me the premise of the show, which I'm gonna pull a full Greg and do whatever the fuck I want.
Hand him a pair of
That's
glasses.
yeah,
right here.
That's
That's
kind
right.
of the whole deal here.
That's my plan.
They're going to open and land on your eyes.
You messed that up.
There was a
that
moment-
was a perfect throw.
There was a moment where I go, maybe it is gonna happen.
If you were the chosen one, they
Maybe.
would have. Oh, come on. Go get him.
I gotta go get.
Yeah.
No,
so
no,
tired
the guest,
from the
guest
the-
stage. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm so tired from the journey I took to get here.
Yeah,
All right.
how was the flight?
Yeah.
It was good.
take
It's
an Uber?
always a pleasure to come to Queens. And
Did you take the train?
I took the train.
good for you.
Nice. One man of the
Thank
people.
you, man of the people.
Can I say this?
I
Couple
come
people
from further
recognized me
every time.
They recognized me, and I said, "No one will believe you."
Well, that must have been Jared's understudy,
That's-
scoping out Queens for a real estate purchase.
That's right.
to kick
There we
some
go.
We
immigrants
plan on-
out of their homes.
That's right. Get them out
How many oohs on the train? Ew. Ew. How many? 30? 40?
from me.
Yeah. How many times did you go, ew? Ew.
How many times did people touch you because they thought it was a hologram of you?
That
Or
happened.
what?
many times.
Carbonite? Is that the thing?
Allison, I
Sorry.
don't want to hit a woman. It's against everything I believe.
Doesn't want to.
I don't want to.
But I might make them.
Is that something we allow in Talktown? Is that?
I think we
Hitting
discussed
a
this
woman?
day one. I think I said yes.
Have you kept track of any of these rules?
No.
No one.
Alex has them all.
Oh yeah.
Alex has
You
them all
gotta
on-
write them down.
on video.
Well, I was listening. You know, we've got some stuff.
Yeah.
We've got some stuff that I vaguely remember.
Yeah.
You got to write them down because it would be a funny like special episode to like read through the thing,
Yeah.
like to have someone just read it like straight faced,
Bullet.
like
Right.
yes, we can hit women
but
in this town, like just to horrify a guest.
It's a good idea.
when
Yeah.
do you hit women?
What?
I say no hitting anyone.
I'm with you on the
like
no
no
hitting.
one.
I think I saw a video where you said you were hitting people.
We might have said that.
Fluctuates. Heavy. Greg.
No, I
Yeah.
never. I don't want to hit a woman. You see what happened to my face? Can you see it? Can no one see it?
I don't know what I'm looking
Speaking
for.
of
Did you get a facelift?
Luke scratched my eyes today.
Oh,
Really?
And there's my little son. There's one of these
Yeah.
sides. It hurts so bad.
Hang on. We did skip over something. Jared
Jared.
asked if you got a facelift.
To who, me?
Thought he had some work done. I didn't know what he was getting us
One
to look
episode,
at.
we all get worked up.
I would love
come
that.
back with
I
a
already
bunch
have a
of work
plan.
done.
What do you want done?
Everyone,
Lift up my eyelids a little bit and get a chin
the
Right,
one,
that's the Patreon.
or a neck or whatever. Yeah, the
Get
Patreon. We get
lively
plastic surgery.
stuff.
the title is going to be the one where they get Botox, and all of you
Yes.
come in a little bit puffy.
A little puffy, really smooth.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm into it.
Want to do Botox for a Patreon?
Yeah.
I'll do Patreon. I did dye my hair
If-
this week. I don't even care.
If Greg got his lips done, I would
Lose my
die.
mind.
I'd lose my mind.
what
Absolutely.
like puffy?
Like a
Yeah, these
One of those.
lips
Duck lips.
can't get closer to people. I already fly it pretty close
yeah
to the surface.
Yeah.
Has anyone just done the one lip and that's like a cool thing?
I think people
The
do just
asymmetrical-
top.
Like a bubble
I
gum.
think
I'd
so,
like to
too.
see left, right.
Left,
right
right
is
would be a
interesting.
statement.
Oh,
that's a
that's fun.
different.
Just
The
Two-Face.
top you see all the time. You see people who are
people
like,
just do top. Don't see a lot of just bottom.
no, never.
Thin lip on top, big ol'
The
bottom
doormat.
lip.
We call that the doormat.
getting punched in
Put a
the-
welcome sign on there so the birds can
doormat.
land.
Keep bird seed on
Welcome into
that.
my mouth. Yeah, so the birds
Nice.
can come eat from your mouth. You've never done. You've all been done. You all been there.
Yeah,
There
sure.
when you
The
put a little
beauty
water
of
in your
being
mouth.
on your podcast is that I have no concern over whether the listeners
Yeah,
are
you're
with
good
What
then.
us still.
listeners?
Yeah, I don't
out
even
there.
think these are plugged in, these
Play 'em
mics.
down live. Yeah, you
This
have
is
a
a trap.
great time.
I'm having
Yeah.
Sorry, dog.
Have done.
I'm an eccentric.
There it is.
Sorry, you can't get down. I'm an eccentric.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, brother.
No, you're fine, man. No, we've done yours obviously so many times where we've done this to
This
you.
is the birth
so
child of
you do
my
whatever.
show, which is really
This is true.
disappointing for me to see.
Yeah, we're having father
This
on
is
today.
right. This is
What's up?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, this is it. What were you talking about?
I'm really sure what
This
that
is
iPod
what-
was about.
It was from a while ago, but you never responded.
it was about him being
I
an
did
eccentric.
respond. It was
Yeah.
too far away, and I thought we kind of had
We
done
moved
it.
on.
All right. Sorry, Jared. I missed what
Whatever,
you said.
man.
The nice thing about this podcast is you can't fuck it up.
Right.
Like you could try.
It's
But-
like a flop house. It's like,
Yeah.
you've already messed it up. Who cares?
Is he insulting
It's
us?
a rental car.
Did he come into my
I think
house?
he's
You come
trying
in.
to
Freid
insult
always
us,
does
but I
coded insults.
Yes.
This is his personality
Yes.
ever since we've known him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Freid negs you in a way where you go, is he trying to fuck me?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That's what he does with his own friends.
Just trying to bang everybody.
Yeah. And he can't turn it off like that.
Yeah, I would have
sees
worn
us-
my hat, bang
Did I tell you-
everybody.
He sees us all as pledges.
I think
Yeah.
he sent my kid a gift. It was a card. I opened it. It was $3,000, and he wrote, "Sorry, wrong address." I just sent it back.
Send it back.
Are you here to get that cash?
Yeah.
I'm here for my money.
I'm like, man, he just loves to show me what I can never have.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll say that
In ones.
Freid looks like a snowboarder, but he is the guy who's buying the mountain.
Yeah,
That's
for
right.
sure.
Shut down the orphanage.
Yeah.
We need a ski mountain.
Yeah.
We need a
ski
resort.
mountain.
This is the only place a resort can go.
Yep.
They don't make that movie anymore.
I know.
Sadly.
Sad.
It's always a spoof of that movie.
Right.
Is what's made now. It's
yeah.
almost like
Rich guy?
Well, they don't do the ragtag of misfits trying to protect the mountain that they
Right.
love so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
we-
because that really doesn't exist anymore.
What do
like
you mean?
like the fun place you hang out is already a Chipotle.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
there's no like
They won.
the Max doesn't exist.
so
for
it'd
people.
have to be somebody shutting down the Chipotle. And then it'd be the ragtag corporate,
Yeah.
just super
bunch
upper
of
middle
execs.
class execs that are just rallying around each other
Right.
to take out the tech conglomerate.
Yes.
It's
Well,
not
there we
even a
go.
person.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like
just
old
an entity.
school. Yeah. Like, there aren't any people anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right. This is a sad state that the
know.
mom and pop got too rich, sold themselves to a mutual fund.
This brings up
What
what I wanted to get into.
Great.
Within our holidays segment, we have holidays. I have a holiday I would like to start. That
Yeah.
is, instead of like Halloween or Christmas, it's that day or that weekend. It's 80s day, where everyone has to act and only use 80s technology. You dress like it's the 80s, right?
All right.
You can only use beepers, old
Yeah.
phones, and that's why you get to feel again. And then there's 70s day, but just to remember what we were.
I actually had an idea.
Only that kind of music.
On this subject, I was thinking of your town that you're creating. And I was like, there should be one day a week, not 80s. I think that'd be, difficult, where there's only 3 stations. So
Like a
one day
low-tech
week,
day.
a low tech. So only 3 television stations, and it goes from 8 until midnight. So from 8 till midnight, the whole country only has
We're all watching
3:
one thing.
NBC, CBS, ABC, and you got to choose what you're watching. So now, and those are the only shows that you're allowed to ask if someone's watching.
Right.
So instead of like, are you watching, Ted Lasso on Apple TV? That's a bullshit question. That's you trying to tell someone what you're watching. If it's only restricted to Monday nights, you're only allowed to talk about those shows.
I say we do that every Sunday.
All right. A return to monoculture.
Sunday
Yes.
Sunday
One
is
monoculture day.
3-channel day on Sunday, and Monday is the day you discuss it. We get a football game going.
Yeah.
We get a late night show, and the rest is straight the grind from MTV.
Ooh.
What was
All
the
right.
grind? They just
It was
danced?
just dancing.
Dancing, but it
Yeah.
was like vaguely, it was very like cardio. Like I feel like
Yes.
it was like a lot of movement.
Yeah, it was nonstop.
Yeah.
The grind, they moved as if they stopped moving, something bad would happen.
Yeah, it
Really?
almost felt like an
Yeah.
exercise video.
Yes.
It was a Viacom run show.
Yeah.
So they were probably like, dance,
I'm
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
You're not
it
getting
was.
paid for this? Yeah,
Everybody
they
got
had
4 cents.
all- the soon a documentary will come out behind the grind, and it'll be the
Love.
families of all the dancers of the grind that were kept in cages with guns to their head
Yeah.
as the grind dancers ground.
When they asked me, Eric, how was working on the grind? He goes, well, I got to say, it in fact was a grind.
Greg, let's each cut a grind interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Tamara, what was it like to be on the grind?
Oh my God, I was so sweaty. I was so sweaty dancing, because it's Latino, probably, right? In Talktown,
Christ.
voices are okay. That's why, can we say that? I would like to say that. Talktown, voices are okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because
What
you
about- okay.
are honing the voice. You're honing the person in your brain.
Yes, I understand.
He did call you Tamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, I'm-
you were allowed liberties to
Yeah,
go in
that was
whatever.
vague enough
Yeah.
to let
Tamarita.
that happen.
Can I say, and I think you're fine, had some resignation in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it always does.
Which is fine. But can I say maybe there's a time limit on when voices are okay, or there's a period
Okay.
in the day,
Okay.
or you get an allotment of them. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's an allotment.
Is that okay?
It's an
an
allotment.
me-
It's not a time. It's an allotment. Like if Greg, you wake up speaking in a Latina accent, like that's okay. But at 9:30, it's over.
Or you gotta do it all
filled
day.
up.
Don't you think it would be fun if it was like
get back to that.
noon? Don't you think it'd be
Let him
fun
talk.
if noon to 1? Everyone was just allowed. I think I want to know when the voices are allowed for everyone.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to like run into someone during their voice time and not know
not
if
know.
they. How do we keep track?
I guess.
If noon to 1 was voice, you can do any accent you want, and then you're just like 101. You
Turn it
cancel,
off.
bro.
Right.
It's over.
It's like
you
a lunch
can't
break.
do it. Yeah.
okay,
Like a siesta.
I'm just more thinking
Siesta.
of it getting used up too much. But if it's
Right.
everybody at one time, then
I mean,
think
it could be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think we need more
Let's
than
call it a
20
half hour.
minutes.
Back end of
hour?
lunch,
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
normal.
I hate that I'm about to just, everything you guys just said, just throw in the garbage because I'm about to really make it.
Well, what do you got? What do you got?
All of your ideas.
You want
That's
voices
so-
all the time?
Here's what I say. I got 2 rules. One, you can do, if you're going to do the voice longer than 20 minutes, it has to be all day. Because if I'm saying sometimes
Oh,
you wake
you're
up and you
either-
go,
Commit.
no, today, this is who I am. Yes, be that. all day. And you got to do the whole thing because it comes from a place of experience, trying to learn other people's experience. Your face isn't really, feel like I'm selling it here, but I still think it's like, okay, today
How do
I'm
you
going to
learn
be.
someone's
Can we-
experience by
listening.
doing your version
I'm
of an
still
Asian
listening.
accent?
Can we do this when we're listening? We do a neutral face.
Okay.
And then you can all the amount of scorn you want after that.
Literally
Livey.
never had a neutral face, but I'll start now.
Now, I don't want to talk about necessarily even races, but there's a gay man who lives in my voice,
Can
in
we
my
do a
head.
zoom in on Livey's face as Craig is talking and she's trying as hard as she can to remain
To not
plain.
be like,
There's a gay man in my head. He
Yes.
lives there. We know him. Everyone
Yeah,
knows
I
him
know.
because you
Yeah.
see him every now and
He's
again.
popped
his
up.
name?
Ferrari,
He comes out.
Ferrari Federico.
Yeah.
It's Dante.
Yeah, outside's a
Dante,
Pinto,
your
inside's
gay
a
neighbor.
Ferrari.
He lives in there.
It is Dante, your gay neighbor.
He's there,
Actually.
and he's a part of me. And I'm always like, you can't talk, or people will think I'm offensive.
Right.
And they really out. He goes, "Let me out," and I want to let him out. So every day I let him out for the full day. Today's Dante's day. You know, and he walks around and he'll go, "Hey, sir, I like your earrings." You know, like that. He's living. Let him live.
All right.
All right, that's one way.
Okay.
The second way is voices are bad, but only as bad as jaywalking. So, like, you do a voice, we go, we don't love it, but you know what? He had to run. He had to get across the street for that joke. He had to run. You know what I mean?
This is interesting.
I'll allow it.
Well, jaywalking it.
We're jaywalking it. I'll campfire that. No. We have a lot of phrases that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
If it's like a ticketable, like also like context means something. Mm-hmm. So, you know.
And I think we had talked about this at one point about social penalties.
We did.
So I think this falls under the umbrella of that. If
And
you're
what
if you're
about-
outside the, you know what I mean, you want
Yeah.
to do a Dante day, but we've said for however everyone's thinking about that, you're only allowed an hour each day.
Right.
If you want to go over your hour, you know that if you run into someone who can do a citizen's arrest of sorts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'll be ticketed for it.
Yeah.
So, and
I
Talk
think
about
that's fun.
social penalties.
cool with that.
Are you hiring social police?
well, there's a giant fire surrounding the town where people live pretty much in fear that they'll be thrown into it.
Okay.
So, you know, you
Also-
kind of just go, "Ooh, I don't
Yeah,
know."
there's some other aspects of the town. It is on a lazy Susan. But concentric,
Spinning all the time.
Concentric lazy Susans that go at different speeds.
Yeah, so that you don't have to walk anywhere. The
See,
grocery
maybe
store
this
comes
is
to
why
you.
you shouldn't have the list of things. You should start new every episode. Because to keep up with this,
Well, Alex is
lazy
a record
Susan.
Yeah,
holder.
we've got
Yes.
a record book.
Yes.
And he'll jump in. He'll jump in whenever.
Yeah.
To let us
Okay,
know
good.
that
We've already done
Well,
that.
I like the idea of like a social penalty, but like social police, that's like, you know, now that we're losing jobs to automation and machines and AI, give some people some, you know, social police, and then we have social judges. So you can bring it to the
Social
high court.
judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they're like
I
normal
like this
judges,
idea.
but their robes, they're short sleeves.
Yes.
Oh, I like
You
that.
know,
I like
so
that.
they're a little
Little
bit more
free.
casual.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cashy
Yeah,
judge.
not too
And-
stuffy over in our
You don't
social
go to
court.
jail, you lose your job, but the guy goes, "Hey man, that wasn't cool." The ruling here is, dude, not cool.
And then a room full of people go, not cool,
Not
not
cool.
cool,
Yeah.
not cool. Not,
I mean, I would literally pay to watch that channel of people getting a not cool chanted at them
yeah.
for wrongs they've done throughout the day.
Also, they get a punch card and they go, "Here's your punch card. You have to punch all these things, and those things are something nice." So they have to do
Oh, okay.
nine nice
Oh, okay,
things
yeah.
to
It's like
make up for
community
it,
service,
and everyone
but like
has to
social community
Yeah,
service.
and everyone has to carry a hole
Compliment
puncher
a
with them.
baby. Yeah, do it. Yeah, whatever.
Just to punch other people's cards.
Right.
Or we have them screwed
I
to
like
the
that.
corner. Like, we gotta go to the corner. There's a hole puncher thing there. There's a wire. We just punch. Now you're good. You know what I mean?
Where did this all kind of stem from?
Well, I have
again?
one. I'm so sorry.
Because we were doing grind interviews and you said Tamra and Greg went Latina.
And I want to pause one more thing. One last thing on Dante. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
If you do the voice all day, if I'm Dante for one day, everyone kind of goes, "All right, here's his day." Second day, they go, "Hey, it's cool, but you know you're doing this 2 days in a row, right?" Third day, no one can say anything because possibly I'm becoming Dante. I go, you know, this is just who I'm going to be now for the rest of my life. And they go, "No one judge him. We think he's now Dante."
so it's
I'm
counts
not
as-
disappointed. I am just confused.
Right. So you'd be identifying as Dante.
So the first
Going
day,
forth.
I'm Dante. He's out for the day. Second day, everyone goes, "Hey man, you know you did that yesterday? Just to remind you." Third day, no one can say anything because by the third day, I'm like, "This is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be forever." Dante is driving for the rest of my life, and we're not going to judge you for that.
So after 3 days, so you're incurring penalties up until the 3 days, and then beyond 3 days, you've decided to live as Dante, so you're
Forever.
no longer getting penalties?
I'm saying,
But-
society on the second day, they're nice. We warn you. We go, hey man,
It's a lot of Dante.
you did
a
Dante
lot of
yesterday.
Dante.
And you had one day. Today, this is 2.
Right.
And they go, okay. Third day, we go, because third day means it's a trend. Third day
Oh,
means,
okay.
hey, he's found who he truly is, and he's going to now be Dante for
Will
the
you
rest of
wear a
his life, so
name
we don't make
tag
fun of
that
you anymore.
tells people how many days you've been Danteing?
And
That's fair.
and
I
like
think that's fair.
so
People
you
need
do
to
it
know.
for 3 days, penalties washed away.
Because
like
now you're him.
If you've accumulated 3 days of penalties, but you're on day 3, everyone's like, all right, moving forward,
good,
this
3.
is it.
But on
That was
4
actually not. But now it's forever.
But here's the thing. On day 4, we go, hey, man, and you stop doing Dante? We go, well, you just did it for 3 days.
Yeah. So
now penalty.
Yes. Okay.
Right,
So
it's
as long
offensive.
you
Yes.
keep it running at 3, it stops. But then the second, what if you go to 10 days? Are you accumulating 10 days?
I think at 10, we go, oh, you thought you were, but you weren't. So you thought you were Dante, but now you're realizing you're not.
Is this your way of coming out of
yeah.
the closet
What's
to
going
us?
on here?
Who's to come out? Yes, I'm coming out. Dante's coming out.
Got it.
But then he's going to go back in.
Can't question it.
And then Dayon might come out. You know, all the different men in there.
At what point
Taekwon.
are you like living with like your boyfriend in the village and your family's like, hey, when is Greg coming home?
No, because that's not a thing that would work with me. I love my children. So I'm going to go hold my children tight. So if
So
I
you go home at night, you're Greg again, not Dante. Dante's an outside world thing?
Oh no, I'm Dante. You still got. No, I thought you meant me personally. I thought you were saying Greg Coraluzzo. When are you?
When
gonna
you
come out of
mentioned the
closet?
village, now you took it outside the parameters of Talktown
Yeah.
Okay,
and inside
sorry.
the parameters
Yeah.
of real life.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So therein lies the
town.
But if we're back in town, no, you still got kids. You still got to be good to your kids. You're just Puerto Rican now.
Will this confuse the children? Is my
Why would it confuse them? They know the rules of Talktown. They're growing up in a world where this is also their life.
It's
Right.
true. They're growing
Fair.
up in this world.
Yeah, this is all they know, and it's fucking crazy.
Now, is there?
What's your dad's name? Well, sometimes it's Dante, depending
You guys
on
don't
what
have
town
those
we're
guys?
in.
What's that? Yeah,
I
of
think
course.
you all have them.
Of course we do. Everyone
Voices?
is multifaceted, you know,
Yeah,
and
but-
has a bunch of stuff going on
Right.
in their head.
Okay,
Yeah.
ready? Everyone do the first voice that comes to their head.
Well, I'm Richard.
I don't know.
I'm Richard.
Fancy.
Yeah, he's
Richard's fancy.
Richard's very fancy. I come from the mountains.
Of course, that's the voice in
Yeah.
your head. He comes out
I didn't
all the
see it
time.
coming.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see
and
it.
Richard,
That's just who is in here this
Richard the
second.
Finlandish.
No,
bunch of
that guy
people-
drives a lot.
You guys
A lot of your decisions are made by Richard, the rich and
Yeah.
kind of weird.
now that I see it,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and he
Makes
comes to
sense.
town and he goes, "What's everyone doing down here? I can't. I don't know what you're up to from my perch."
I've heard you at Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah.
go, "What is your special thing today?" And they're like, "What?"
We don't have specials at Dunkin'
Frappuccino?
Donuts.
And then he walks right out.
Yeah. You mean the Shrek cream shake? I'll have 2 of the Shrek cream shakes, please. I've heard that guy do that. He exists.
Yeah, yeah. So that's who, when you asked, came right out of the box.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Again, that's
Wow.
real because he came out.
yeah. Why not? That's
All right.
fun. That's a part of having a human. I just think that's a part of having a brain.
yeah.
Is
Yeah.
you got
Right.
a lot of pistons firing at the same time. You have such a brain that you've given them names, backstories, whole families onto themselves.
Yeah.
Where I don't think a lot of people have. I don't think they have as evolved split
Right.
personalities
Yeah.
as you do.
Most people don't have the time.
Yeah.
It's called emotional intelligence, brother.
You're right.
I let them live. Let them
Sure.
live.
Yeah,
Let
man.
them walk around.
You're just hearing, I think a lot of people are just hearing noises that are informing decisions. You have full characters.
Yeah.
Where and I think
Richard
that's
seems
the
pretty
difference.
fully formed.
Yeah. That
Richard
He's
maybe.
fully
Pretty
Anthony.
fleshed
And I'm
out.
just meeting him for the first time.
Why you being so mean to me today?
What's up?
No?
no.
No, you're not being
Mean to
me.
you?
I think so.
No.
I think we've been.
Who's the first person you got that
sorry.
comes out of the box?
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Let him out.
This is also not my world.
I'm
Give him a massage.
Ronald.
Oh.
Ronald.
Ronald.
Hello.
Oh.
Ronald, what do you do?
I'm
Or are you a bird?
a bird.
So far.
Bird.
Right.
Pretty birdie.
No, you be what you are, Ronald. us about
Ronald.
yourself, huh?
A lawyer
Oh.
from Scallywag.
Lawyer from Scallywag.
That's right.
What kind of law do you do?
Real estate.
Obviously.
Here to check out this apartment.
And
This is very
that's the
much-
kind of law you do.
That's the
Here,
law.
check out this apartment.
That's right.
Do you deem the apartment guilty? or
Guilty
innocent?
as charged. Guilty for unlivable.
You see how much this person, but this is Jared.
Totally.
I've
Yeah.
seen that guy come out sometimes.
100%.
A
Right.
guy who legally looks at apartments and goes, shut this down.
Shut it
Guilty.
down.
This apartment is guilty. That is Jared.
That's right.
Yeah. There you go.
Allison, what's your...
Ugh, I don't know. It probably just is like, what are you guys doing over here? Like it's very.
Yes, Long Island.
I feel like I'm annoyed by it all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's very Jewish and it's very annoyed and it's oh god, it is Long Island.
Wow.
Wow.
I think it's Long Island.
Stacey
Wow.
I
Carosi.
fucking love Leah Remini. She's my favorite. Like it is. I keep her down here. I can't let her out very much because it is how I would prefer to be all the time. Like why aren't you picking up this piece of paper? It's bothering the fuck out of me.
Wow.
That
Wow.
one little piece. Look, it came out.
This is why I think
See,
this is why I think this is important.
I gotta
is
keep a
great.
lid on her.
This is why I think
She can't be part of the society.
But you gotta let her
Talk
out
down
every
or
now and
here.
again.
see, and this is why I think this is important. Now this is gonna sound a little hot buttonish, and I apologize.
Here we go.
But with trans people, they're
my
letting the
God.
person out who they truly are.
Alex, turn the
Listen,
camera off.
let me finish.
Dude.
Don't let me finish.
kidding.
They're letting that person come out.
Right.
I think in the year 3000, we're going to get a place where we're letting all of the, because right now you're going, I don't like that lady's in there. I say that lady.
I don't.
Let her out. Let her out. Let her cook. You can still regulate. Let that woman. Hello, everybody. I love your glasses. Let her live. She's in my head too. I got her. She's small, but she's in there. She's down the hall.
It is an interesting point you bring up that if people go, I identify as this. Now you go, Allison just comes out dressed as like a Long Island mom one day, and
my
we're like,
God.
this is it.
Because sometimes you are that person for the day.
Okay.
Why are you constrained by being Gregory? No, tomorrow I want to live that other guy. But you're not the past.
You should come in.
So we have other
dressed-
people's day.
Other
You know what I mean?
People's Day.
Other people's day.
Other People's
Where all
Day
the
is
people
great.
that are
Just be
inside you,
whoever.
they're out of the box. It's like
Yes.
Halloween, but it's not things that already exist. It's the people that already exist
Yeah.
in here.
Yes.
Woo!
I like
So
that.
there-
I love
that's
that.
a good holiday.
What do you love that? That's what I've been saying this whole time.
But he's just contextualizing what you've
Right.
been giving us this whole time.
All right.
He's just like putting it into
Not
the
guilty.
package of a holiday, which is something we were going to talk about today.
Right.
Innocent.
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 This
Innocent.
apartment has been deemed innocent
Innocent
by
man.
Ronald from Scallywag.
Great improv right there,
I
brother.
approve this paperwork.
Now, can I mention this?
Please.
Please.
This goes right into this other thing I want to talk about, which goes into celebrities, which I've been trying to push for a while. Celebrities, Jared, I'm going to tell you this. The big problem with celebrities, right?
Oh.
Now they've murdered, raped, P. Diddy'd, and now you can't love that celebrity anymore.
Why does it have to always end up in that space? Why does
Because
it like?
what else are the celebrities doing that we're not happy with?
It's true.
Right? Cursing?
Well, they could be
I let it slide.
speeding,
Cursing and speeding.
speeding.
Yeah.
There's other like lower level crimes.
You know,
But
Just
then
make a
still-
movie you don't like.
But you're not-
Do a bad interview.
Winona Ryder stole stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but she stayed in. We never really cared.
No,
God.
it's fine. She can steal.
don't
it's okay.
those crimes seem quaint now?
Right.
Right. Remember
In the-
Monroe just
in the-
Yeah.
shoplifting?
So
I
you-
shoplift.
Even a light drunk
Yeah.
driving feels just kind of pedestrian in comparison to what's happening now with
Right.
celebrities.
But here's the thing. Now I can't listen to R. Kelly. Right? I love
Yeah.
R. Kelly. So in our town, celebrities.
Well, you don't love R. Kelly.
No.
You like the music.
You love his music.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hang on.
Don't want to.
I was going to say no.
We'll see.
This is the tough
You are
part.
right. Yes.
Right.
And so what we have in our town is celebrity impersonators then can become the celebrity. So like Batman, it's the symbol of Batman. Bruce Wayne doesn't matter.
Sure.
So we have a Danny
The mantle.
DeVito. Yes, Danny DeVito, when he gets too old to play in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, he passes the mantle to the new Danny DeVito, who's younger and he could do Batman Returns 3. You know, like just so many of these things.
But is it just a person who looks like that celebrity and is being an impersonator? Because we're gonna have a lot of pretty specific looking people,
Right.
For this to
what's
be.
the band? What's the band where the new front man is like a totally different looking
Yes,
guy?
Journey.
Journey.
Oh, yeah.
Right. He
That's a
can
good-
sing Journey. They found him in like a cover band.
Yeah.
So, but he's like doesn't look like the original Journey guy.
No.
This is the way I would approach this.
Yeah,
right. Let's say Puff Daddy. This is what's currently in the news, right? Oh no, we hate him now.
Do we need a new Puff Daddy?
Well, let's just say the Puff Daddy. Well, he has to be good.
Danny DeVito, I get why we need.
Yeah,
Let's say
we
Danny
need
DeVito. Let's say
DeVito.
tomorrow
We
Danny
need
DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Let's not get hung up on this part.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, I just think
does
if we're gonna-
society need the mantle?
I understand what you're saying. Right.
Like,
is this
taken
celebrity,
up.
should this celebrity be institutionalized?
Well, right.
Not institutionalized, treated like an institution.
Yes.
Truthfully,
Well-
yes. If there's a need, it should be filled. If there are 20 Puff Daddy fans who are like, I still want to listen to his music, we go, fine. Who's our best Puff Daddy guy? And then we get him.
Okay.
And he'll fill in. But this Puff Daddy's not. He's out. We've deemed you out, and you're retired. Or you could pass the mantle yourself. Maybe Danny DeVito goes, nah, I'm too old. I still want to make movies. My son is going to be the new Danny DeVito.
So he gets a
Okay.
piece of the new Danny DeVito. He's getting a percentage here.
See, this is where your business
We don't
mind
really
is.
know.
I'm just
So
saying.
beautiful.
You go.
haven't figured
I
out
don't want to
money yet.
retire.
I know. I just
Is he
came up with this
getting
idea.
10%?
That on the back
Yeah.
burner.
Okay.
We have not gotten to
Ronald
money.
at ease.
Yeah.
Just seems like a tough thing to keep track of with the
If you retire,
contracts.
I would
and
imagine if you retire,
IP laws and
if you
We'll
retire,
get there, Ronald.
Yeah.
if you retire, I would imagine you get a piece. If you're shunned from the community, your money is out.
I like it.
I think that's an easy way to handle that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
If it's voluntary and I'm on board.
Right. If they die and they leave in their will, you could put me in all the movies. All right. New.
so all music stays though, is what you're saying. You want to keep the Diddy music without the Diddy uncomfortableness.
Yeah, we disconnect the music and the art from the performer, and you can also have a bunch of. You could do, Star Wars movies forever because Mark Hamill's. They just keep getting new Mark Hamill.
Can there be
don't
more
even know
than
what's
one of a person at a time?
What?
Like, is it just a
Is it-
is it like a singular seat that gets evacuated, or is it like anyone's who like? There are lots of Taylor Swift impersonators.
Sure. We have America's
Is
Got
there only one that is technically
America's Got Danny DeVito, and we do a show. And it's,
I love it.
who's going to
I
be the
love
new
it. And
Danny
that's on
DeVito?
on Monday nights on ABC.
That's right.
Yes.
Everyone fucking
right.
watches.
Everyone
has to watch.
watches.
Damn.
We're now electing our new Danny
We're
DeVito.
the-
Yeah,
yeah.
we're now
We
electing
don't
our
have
new
a
Taylor
president,
Swift.
Yep.
We need a,
But we
yeah.
have figured out how to get a new
Who
Danny
are the
DeVito.
judges for this competition?
Well, one of course is Danny DeVito,
has to be.
Yeah.
right?
Rhea Perlman.
I say Danny DeVito has to host. I say Danny DeVito has to host, and there's 3 people who judge, and he's not one of them.
Yeah, he can't judge because he's too close
He's
to
too
it.
close to it.
I do have a sense of comfort with Simon Cowell that I would appreciate his opinion on all mantles that are being elected.
There is a consistency and kind of a prestige to him that I'll allow.
I always bought what he was selling. I don't think there was ever a Simon Cowell opinion that I was ever like, I don't buy that he's. I always thought he felt it,
Right.
which is the most important thing. Him, Judge Judy,
She's wild.
I'm cool with this.
she's in.
so rich.
Yeah.
She's so rich. So
That is
money
the
doesn't
person
affect
that lives
her.
inside Libby.
Oh, yeah,
by the
Judge
way.
Judy is actually
I think
who's
it's
inside
actually
me.
just Judge Judy. But I'm cool with Simon Cowell and Judge Judy so far.
We need a
Keep going.
third.
I would say,
So I have
can
it.
the third be a rotating just civilian?
The third is America. The third is the call-in number.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
what I'm saying.
voting.
Yeah, okay.
The voting,
Great. The
okay.
voting.
The
So it's a
America could-
collective, not
Top
an
town
individual.
votes. Yes.
Great.
And we have an AI machine that sits there.
No
And
AI.
it goes, okay, not AI, but a machine that goes, top town has elected Gorbachev as the new,
It does have to look like a robot, like a classic
Yeah,
robot.
yeah. Like a silver
box
medal.
head.
Yes,
Yeah.
boxy, yeah.
box head. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I was also saying
This is a show I want to watch now.
Monday
Run one of the
nights.
channels.
Yeah.
The grind.
The grind.
So who's our first electable
DeVito.
mantle?
I would
I
go-
mean, Danny DeVito, we could do him, but
He's getting
is there
pretty
another?
old.
Yeah, is there anyone else? Is there a figure that we've lost that we need to elect right
Lost to
for
time
me, truthfully,
or
for me, truthfully, I would love to elect a new R. Kelly because I love R. Kelly and his music is so
now? His
good.
music.
The music.
And what he
You
did,
can't
the
keep
music is
saying
good.
I love
You
R.
gotta-
Kelly.
I understand your
right,
application.
right.
I know. I
None
just,
of us are on board with what R. Kelly
I know.
I
that.
know, and that's
know
what's
that.
so good about
I
this.
think
All
Greg-
of us are on
about,
board
like,
with the.
people's comments being taken out of context.
Yeah,
on
Greg
the
needs to
internet.
stop saying I love R.
Yeah,
Kelly.
because somebody's gonna clip it and be
Right.
like, "This guy loves R. Kelly." I know that's not gonna happen.
Just
'cause
say his music. Why don't
Yeah.
you say that every time?
I love
Why
R.
do you leave that
Kelly's-
out?
music.
I wasn't saying music. I was just saying in the episode. I was just saying it once for all of the other ones. So I love R. Kelly. Right at the end, I go music. And then
we could just
Why are you avoiding this?
copy that.
What are you?
Keep clipping that in every time you say R. Kelly. We use the same soundbite.
I would love his music.
Music.
And someone who gets his goofiness.
Right.
You know, someone who just goes, I'm R. Kelly and I'm here to stay. And everyone goes, yeah. Like, who gets that part of who he was.
Yeah.
If he can encompass that.
Wait a minute.
then
I
everyone goes to
didn't
jail.
realize the R. Kelly, like, to me, it's music and then
Yeah, that's-
disgusting animal.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
Oh, no.
R. Kelly, I understand what Greg is saying, that it is his music.
I don't want you humanizing this guy who's obviously done
But
horrible things.
it's not just being able to mimic the voice the way the new lead singer of Journey is. It's also being a good, like, not a good celebrity. R. Kelly is not a good celebrity.
No.
But like,
The fun personality traits.
I don't know what those words
yeah,
are.
I don't know.
That's 'cause you guys don't
that's
know
where
R.
I have an
Kelly.
issue.
Yeah.
Hang
The
on.
essence.
Okay.
The essence.
Give me
Give
an
us a better
example of a
Sorry.
time that he wasn't singing that you were like, this is good.
Necessary.
It's more than just the way, almost like a lack of self-awareness in the way that he carries himself, which enables him to be, of course,
Both.
but
Yeah.
like we're just talking about
Yep.
strictly in entertainment,
Okay.
right? There's a lack of self-awareness as an entertainer that allows for some moments that you go, that's incredible. Like, I think, you know,
Trapped in the
is-
Closet 1 through 20.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great example.
He did Trapped in the Closet 1 through 20.
Right.
We want the new guy to understand what that is.
Yes.
Yes.
Like you want
It's-
crazy
the
Kanye
question
West
is,
without the anti-Semitism.
Well, can you have one without the other? That's really like.
Well, we're hiring an actor.
if you have,
I think you can.
Yeah, me too.
And most people are.
Yeah.
Like, I think there are excellent, charismatic, like non-self-aware celebrities that are incredible performers and famous people that also aren't sex criminals.
Like
Hey,
today,
boys.
yeah. Today,
I'm an eccentric.
like today, I'll change the
Silverware
subject. I'll
falls out of
change
your-
the celebrity. Kristen Bell. I read this article.
Okay.
Okay, where Kristen Bell said they asked her if this is a crazy response. They go, "Do your kids like Frozen?" She has a 9 and 11-year-old, and instead of just being like, "Oh, they've grown out of it" or whatever, like there's an easy answer to that. She goes, "My kids aren't fans, but they do appreciate that Frozen will be paying for their college in the future." To me, that is a crazy person to be like a 9-year-old understands that they won't have college debt thanks
Right, yeah,
to
that's-
Frozen. Like that's a crazy quote.
yeah, but I think she was just trying to be funny in an interview.
Yeah.
I don't. I
You
don't
really-
see- yeah, I
there's
don't
a-
see it
yeah.
as any more
that
than
is
that.
funny.
I'm not-
She thinks
I'm not
that's
saying
funny.
it's funny. I'm saying she's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I
she's trying to
disagree.
like.
I think she's trying to like make her kids sound like adults. like to make. She's trying to humble her kids, like to make them sound.
Just trying to be funny.
No,
I
they're
think
not
she's
so-
trying. I think she's trying to find a
Fucking nuts,
funny
man.
way to not say my kids don't like the movie I'm in.
Yeah.
How about they've grown out of it? Yeah, my kids are emo now.
But
They
she's
don't
like-
like it.
she's like
Not
a-
like their 401ks are doing well.
But she's like a person
That's
who thinks
crazy.
she's funny.
It's quirky.
She and her husband think they're funny. They're
They're kinda
trying
funny.
to do. I think that she tries to do jokes.
I don't.
I don't know. I haven't seen the
think-
interview, so I don't know like what the context and what it sounds
People are
like.
allowed to be funny. You know, let the guy. Let him. I forgot.
Let him cook.
What?
Okay.
What? Yeah, I guess. What?
Kristen Bell to me. Going
This isn't a Kristen Bell slander podcast,
Yeah.
by the way.
It is now.
Hey, all right. Why am I allowed?
I'm
Kristen Bell
When you're
agnostic.
asked about your kids, hey, just like give an answer about your kids. Like the idea that her kids are like, because they're not fans, have to understand that like, we know Frozen's made us
Right.
$1 billion. Like she had to acknowledge how much money she made from Frozen in this answer. I think that's insanity.
Right. I mean, I think that was her joke was that she was going, well, hey, they don't like the show, but they like that they got up at no college. You know, I think that's what she was saying.
Her kids think.
I think that's what she was
I
saying.
think she thinks that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would disagree.
I know.
I just
But it's
don't.
it's 3 against 1.
I don't know.
So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, man.
Well, you keep
Welcome
fighting
to
this
gay
fight.
court.
but I
No.
really don't think you're going to get us here.
Well, I think we need a new Kristen Bell.
Okay.
Oh, I see. That's what you're saying.
All of that
My-
was to go
this
here.
is,
All
this
right.
is my point. Like you make a quote like
I
that.
see what you're saying.
I'm saying the
You're saying
unawareness
on
of
that quote. We're talking about R. Kelly,
No,
right?
the-
A man of notorious sex
We're getting
crimes.
rid of
Right.
Kristen
A
Bell.
criminal.
I'm trying to help
And
this
you're like,
show
she
get
gave a
away
bad
from R.
interview.
Kelly.
Okay, I see what you were doing.
I'm literally saying
All right.
You're
that
looking
the
for somebody else.
unawareness
All right.
of a celebrity.
Fine.
How do we get that unawareness in our next celebrity mantle of Kristen Bell?
Well, the
I see
impersonators
what
are
you're saying.
probably they're poor people. You know, because these are everyday Joe who gets to now be the next celebrity. Imagine you wake up and you go, hey man, my kid, he's not much, but he looks exactly like Charles Barkley. Like he's 5'7".
I don't know if like looking
So
like
how
a
did
celebrity for sports.
But exactly, but if your
is
kid
the
looks
same, like,
if your kid looks
can he play basketball?
No, because if your kid looks like Charles Barkley, right, hang with me now, right? Because Charles
we're
Barkley's
hanging.
done with basketball. So now the Charles Barkley we want to replace is the commentator.
Right.
You're gonna go, all right, he looks
Okay.
like him. He's 7 years old. I was like, all right, I gotta get him a friend named Shaq. I'm gonna put him through a lot of his similar
You
life
just have to
experiences.
recreate his life.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach this kid. Well, if
So
you're
complicated.
This is called making a movie, a biopic.
well, think if your kid is young and he has a great jump shot, you go, I'm gonna surround him with basketball so he'd be in the NBA.
Right.
If your kid looks like Charles Barkley, like I'm gonna surround him with Charles Barkley things so that he can become the next Charles Barkley. He gets so much money. That's what you would do.
We're gonna turn his bedroom into the TNT set.
This is great.
Keep going.
This is
I
great.
don't understand why.
See, I think you've
I'm
missed.
here, man. I've
I'm
got
in.
it. Live
Right.
is in.
You got
don't
it.
know.
Freid's still pouty about the Kristen Bell issue.
No. I think you got. If you have a kid with Charles Barkley's personality, then you're pushing him towards being Charles.
You're
Barkley.
doing both. If he's got the Charles Barkley personality, you might have some surgeries. If he's got the Charles Barkley face, you
What
might teach
surgeries?
him the Charles Barkley surgery, man. You get him to look like Charles Barkley.
He's got to go to get Botox.
Then you going in there to get Barclayed?
Yeah.
He's like, one day
Got
you're going to
the
be on
Barkley.
America's Got
The
Charles
full
Barkley.
Barkley.
And you're going to win that fucking thing. Because you know everything about his life. You know it all.
What was his nickname?
But then Charles Barkley lives to 108.
The round mound of rebound?
Yeah, getting the round mound of rebound. Going in for the mound.
Then the dad goes, I don't want to do this.
What is this?
But I got to kill Charles Barkley. Because
Oh, because you've got this
'cause
really
I've
good
got this great-
second in command, basically.
No,
Yeah.
he has
Yeah.
to give up the mantle, and then we have our show.
But
And
Charles
he-
Barkley doesn't want to give up the mantle in my movie. This is a movie.
Okay.
This is a
Becoming
movie.
Charles Barkley.
Becoming
Becoming
Barkley.
Charles
This is Talk Down's first movie. Becoming Charles Barkley.
Things move quick with this podcast.
Is great.
Yeah.
Fund
Well,
this, Ronald.
I will say in the first episode, we had a whole bunch of segments, and one of them that Greg wrote was, we make a movie for Amazon.
Yeah.
That was his pitch for a segment.
Man.
And here we are.
Here we are.
8
making
episodes
a
later.
movie for
making a movie
Amazon.
for Amazon about
Didn't
Charles
take long.
Yeah.
Becoming Charles.
But see,
Becoming Charles.
Do I need to continue or do we get it? The idea.
I would love for you to continue
I would love
just
you to-
because
I'm on board,
unpack
but I wanna hear
every
more.
piece of thing that's in this suitcase.
So
Yeah.
in
But
this,
of course I'm on board.
okay, yeah, I'm not sure because I was listening to the podcast and sometimes I go on and on and on and I don't know when to shut the fuck up.
This isn't one of
Is
those.
We're
this
telling
one of
you
those
to keep
times?
going.
this is
All
one
right.
of those.
So here's the thing, right? You're a dad. Your kid looks like Ray Romano, right?
Really quick, are you pitching movies right now, or are
This
you?
is a movie based on Talktown, the world. So like,
Perfect.
because we have these laws, people are making
No
movies
questions.
about these laws.
Yes, yes, yes. yes,
Here,
of
this
course.
is a.
Freid is looking around for a person he can't find.
Who's
He's
in
looking
charge
for
of
a
this
friend
show?
who's not there.
Oh, no one.
There's no hand is gonna reach down to you, brother.
You're in the
Yeah, this
octagon,
is
brother.
Pit of hell.
thought you could come
with the
fuck
three
this
of
up?
us.
I came all the way to Queens
For this.
for a movie about a world.
Yeah.
A movie made in a world.
You didn't come to Queens.
Okay.
You came to Talktown, baby.
You're right.
And we told you that's where you were going.
Yeah.
And Kristen, come on out.
She just punches you in the back of the head.
Brings her kids.
Or
She
she
hits you with a
freezes
sloth.
you with her great powers.
Here's
brings
for
her
my
two
child's
kids.
college fund.
Her two kids. Her
Sorry,
two
I'm
kids
Dante
are in
today.
business suits with,
Briefcases.
with
Just beat the
briefcases.
shit out of you.
Yeah.
We
with-
understand finances.
Yeah,
we understand.
With
We don't
money.
need loans.
Yeah.
I will say, if Dante murders someone, Greg still has to go to trial for him.
Of course.
Okay.
That's of
You can't be like,
course.
I was Dante
can't
on
pull
Thursday.
that.
Yeah. No, it's not a get out of jail free card for crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As long as we have that on record.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a kid in the movie
That looks like Ray Romano.
He looks like Ray Romano.
What age do you realize that they look like Ray Romano?
Well, you got.
question.
Let's just. All right. So for the movie, this guy happened to know Ray Romano when he was younger, or he saw pictures when he was old. He goes, I think my kid kind of looks like Ray Romano. Or he looks at the baby and goes, holy shit, this
That's
baby
what-
looks like a 40-year-old Ray Romano.
Yeah.
That's
Hang on,
baby
can I stop?
Romano.
I gotta 1 second. He knew Ray Romano as a kid or saw pictures of Ray Romano. That's how he's familiar with him. Not
Not-
from his hit show. Everybody loves Raymond. He grew up or saw pictures of him. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
Keep going.
Listen, man. First draft.
Yeah.
For sure,
All
for
right.
sure.
So, right. So we got this baby, looks like Ray Romano, and he's like, holy shit, this is my kid's way. This is his fucking way to money. This is getting us out of the ghetto. You know what I mean?
Getting
They
out of
live in the
outer
ghetto.
ring.
He goes, I thought it was
Outer ring of
Outer
circles.
ring of,
Yeah.
outer ring.
We're close to the
Close to the
fires.
fires.
He goes, I thought it was going to be my art. And he's all these pictures and like shit. Wasn't, right?
I love that I understood Outer Rings as being the ghetto of Talktown.
It's too hot
You're
for the-
already in.
I'm
Too close
already
to the
in,
fire.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of, and this will be
What was
quick.
his art?
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
was his art, right? He used all types of fruit and would throw it at a blank canvas.
Oh.
Because he was like, because that's creating chaos and health, right? But the fruit it falls off. And then it doesn't really leave that big of a stain.
Yeah.
For
It's
sure.
just
So
kind of
he's-
like looks dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got, he got his
Of course it didn't
fruit,
succeed.
and the mice have gotten in, right? So lots of problems.
All right.
A lot of
Stop
issues
there.
that this
Stop
guy's
there.
like-
Keep
is
going.
art.
All right.
Yep.
So he's got this kid. He's like, my kid looks like Ray Romano. Ha, this is going to be it, right? So he goes to Ray Romano School, which is a school he created in his basement. He homeschools him.
Oh, he's home- yeah, of course
I'm
he
gonna
is.
homeschool him to be like a Ray. What's Ray's birthday? What's Ray's favorite color? You know, how would Ray talk to his wife if she said this?
So he goes to Ray class.
Yeah.
No, it's Deborah. That's his wife.
yeah. Grandma walked in and she
You bring
said,
down a tall guy in a wig, Raymond, Brad Garrett.
Raymond, what are you doing, Raymond? He does the voice. He does all the characters. The dad dresses all the characters. And he was like, man, maybe I should have been Martin Lawrence because I could do a lot, or Eddie
He's
Murphy.
in the bald cap
Stop
to
here.
be the dad. Yeah.
Keep going with
Races
the
don't matter in
Romanos.
Talktown. We spray paint everybody as you get in. That's the rule. Everybody gets a fresh coat of paint. Hey, welcome to Talktown. Spray them down. No harm, no foul.
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
No
shit,
foul.
man.
This is grand theater.
All right. So then he's teaching him, right? And then he's getting older, and everyone's like, yo, your kid, he's going to be the next Ray Romano. Everyone knows it. This guy is fucking
At
for
all the
success.
Ray Romano AAU tournaments, he's taking home gold.
Ray Romano.
Local competition, local race, local Romano champion. Yeah.
Right? Ray announces his retirement. And we're looking for a new Ray. They do America's Looking for Ray. America's Got Ray. This kid annihilates straight through to the end. Wins, right? Next day, wake up. Ray goes, I'm not retiring.
Whoa.
Right? And the
So
dad,
it's a little
Act
bit
3,
like
baby.
Slumdog Millionaire.
I've never seen it, but yes.
Yes.
Right? So then,
Nods to Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah.
oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So then the dad goes, well, I got one shot now. He's like, well, my kid's going to be poor because I wasted his whole life training him to be Ray Romano. And Ray Romano is healthier as a fox, and not retiring.
Yeah, the famous expression.
Yes.
Right. Or,
A Ray to the death.
yeah, I murder Ray.
There it
Death Ray.
is.
Yeah,
Death
Death
Ray.
Ray.
Gonna, yeah.
Death Ray. Death Ray is the name of the movie. Death Ray.
You're good,
Death
man.
Ray.
Yeah, keep
You're-
going.
And then
What's
he goes,
Death Ray about? You're not going to believe it.
Now you think.
It's a laser, right? Well,
Death Ray sounds cool. Get ready.
if I knew him, and you asked me if I had $1 million, what I would do, I'd make this movie.
You'd make Death
Yeah,
I'd
Ray.
make
I
this
know.
movie. There'd be 25 listeners at Talktown, but it would just be a movie in a real world about a Ray Romano contest. A guy Ray's going to be the new Ray, and people just go, "What the fuck am I watching?" I go, "You're watching what Greg Stone does with $1 billion."
Right.
yeah.
So, yes.
How
From
does
the
it end?
mind of from the mind of Roberto.
So I'm trying to figure out, does the dad? So I was thinking that the dad, he's going to kill him, right? And then
He'll kill
Ray's like,
Ray.
He has to
"Ah,
kill
no,
Ray."
Please, I don't want to die. I just want to keep doing my comedy.
Was this all based on you being able to do a Ray Romano impression?
It always is.
It's in the mix.
in the
You're
mix.
not going to lie and not say it's in the
Yeah.
mix.
That is a guy in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is a guy in there, right? And then the dad says, all right, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And he goes back to his son. And he's like, I couldn't even do the thing that would save my son's life. And his son's like, I don't want you to. You're my life. I love you. You think I was learning to be Ray? I was learning to be my father. They love each other. They know they're going to be poor. Next day, Ray Romano, too much to drink, drove his fucking car off a bridge. Kid's the new Ray. And that
Wow.
scene is long. We have an hour of Ray drowning in a river. You watch the whole thing.
Well, this makes sense to me, though, right?
Yeah.
You go through all of this kid who's about to become Ray Romano.
Yeah.
And then you go through Ray Romano becoming Ray Romano and his end. Do you know what I mean?
What? Yeah.
So
you got-
like the evolution of the real Ray Romano.
Yeah, you
Right.
got 2 movies inside of one.
Right.
You tell
Yeah, it's
the
like
whole
9
full
hours long.
story. It is very long. You
Yeah.
tell the whole full story almost up until almost the end. Just about you get there, you go back to the beginning with real Ray.
Yeah.
And then
man.
you go through the end of
Death of
him.
Ray.
Like life flashing before his eyes during the car crash.
100%.
Yes.
Right.
Love
And you
it.
watch him drown as if to say, did the director try to kill Ray Romano? Because this scene is too real, and too long, right?
And a director cut the brakes.
Yeah. And so you got this movie about this dad who wants the best for his kid, becomes too much. The kid, blah, 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 the dad, all that whole bullshit. Then they realize at the end, they go, hey, man, like, this was never about Ray. This was about us. And I don't need to be Ray, and you don't need to be nothing. But we know what Ray needs to be. Dead, right?
Right.
Drown.
You know,
Frozen
if I
river.
won the lottery, I would use the money to watch Ray Romano listen to this podcast.
Yes. Yeah. And it would
Like, I
take a
wouldn't
lot of
make
that
the
money
movie,
to
right.
get
Right.
through. Yeah.
Like I'd be like, okay, 500 million
I do
is
love
going to
Ray
go
Romano.
directly to Ray Romano.
one of the richest men
Already
in
rich,
America.
but I need to just have a viewing of you listening to this podcast of someone doing a movie about you. Yeah, and that would really make my day.
Yeah.
What's kind of fun too is we wouldn't get Ray Romano. We'd get a guy to play Ray. He's like, I'm a guy playing a guy playing a guy. You know,
I think we get Brad Garrett.
Brad
Yeah.
Garrett
There it is.
play
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah.
He's doing roast jokes. He's doing
Yeah.
doing
And, we
Don
go, and you can do
Rickles.
crowd work.
Sure.
You can do crowd work in the movie
In
if
the
you
movie.
like.
That's
He
You can
definitely would.
And you can caption it all for you on your social media.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to. All right, no judgment zone.
Always.
Who always
Oh,
hilarious.
always.
That's
Constant
come on,
judgment.
man. Nobody caught that.
Yeah.
Who would you bring? Because Greg has obviously made a case for R. Kelly, and there's a no judgment zone.
No judgment zone.
Who would you bring
Who would
back?
you bring back?
Back from cancellation?
Could be canceled,
Or
could be
death.
dead, could be anything.
Or death.
You could have an Albert Einstein still.
Right.
You could just have an Albert Einstein.
Sure.
Walking around town.
Saying a bunch of old physics stuff that we go, yeah, we're past that now.
Yeah.
Now you're just a regular dumb guy, like
Yeah.
all of us.
I thought
Weird
of
hair.
I thought of this the other day.
Show him an
actually.
iPhone.
Wait,
His
I'm
head
so
will
sorry, but can I
explode.
pause this real quick? I just want to explain though that again, I'm really trying to get across. This is an Albert Einstein who knows that stuff, but has also evolved. So this is an
Holy
Albert
shit, man.
Einstein.
You went back to make a case for this Albert
Right.
Einstein?
Right.
You're out of your mind.
That was
I
an
love it.
example we were just kind of breezing past.
I love it, man.
But yeah, it's
please
great.
unpack.
Oh no, that's real quick. But it's like the idea of replacing these celebrities is that now you have them, but you they're eternal, but they also evolve. So you see what Jimi Hendrix would be like today.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
I'm,
Okay,
I'm
all right.
posing a different.
They'd have to
Sorry.
catch up.
I'm
Yeah.
posing
Okay, my bad.
a offshoot question.
Great, I apologize.
It's okay.
Back to Congress.
Floor is
Allison,
yours.
who do you got?
I mean, I'm kind of like maybe a like maybe Aaliyah, someone we lost
Wow,
so
really?
early.
Right.
Which
Right.
like, and not to tie it all back to Diddy, but like, I think some like
God,
you know somebody
his fucking
his
dirty
reach
fingers are
his
everywhere.
reach is too big. But someone where it's like I would like to. I mean, we've got 20 years of what would she have been doing.
Yeah.
I know that's like a dark, sad one, but I feel
No,
like
those are the ones.
I feel like that's someone where I'm like, I'm not caught up in why she's gone. I just want to know more
Right,
of her
Right.
music.
What else would she have done?
know, what would she have
it
been
was
up to?
Pretty early.
She was
Yeah.
like 19, 17.
Crazy.
Heath Ledger too.
Yeah.
I love
It's
this
another
scene.
one. We're just naming dead people now,
But that's okay. That's what's so great about Talkdown. People are
Right.
now eternal.
what? Who?
Well,
Farley's
Farley.
a guy.
Phil Hartman.
okay. Phil Hartman.
Phil
These
Hartman.
are all good
I think we had a
ideas.
good run.
Really?
No. I just want to say, like,
One of the most
honestly,
devastating
you know,
losses to comedy.
A couple of years, I could have done a couple of years ago, to be honest with you. No, of course. Phil Hartman, one of my
These all
favorites of all
feel
time.
like kind of, you guys, those are nice options.
Sure.
I'm more.
Oh,
of
he's got a heater.
I'm
Yeah.
a
You
generous
could-
All
guy.
right.
I'm-
Okay.
I'm bringing back Anthony's dad.
Oh my God, it's good.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna gift.
We'd have to get some money for that.
I'm gonna give my wish. This is how selfless I am.
Yeah.
To give my wish of
Wow.
life.
And we get
You
to see-
guys are like, I want the music. Me,
Well,
my good buddy Anthony,
And
gets
an
a
ending to
father
your
again.
show.
well, yeah.
Finally.
And here it is, brought back
A creative
from the
solution.
dead by one of my richest
Brought-
friends.
Brought to you
And
by
people are like, this is horrific. The technology's not there yet.
brought to you by Ronald.
I love it.
And this time, I'm judging him as innocent.
Blackout.
You're welcome.
It'd be funny if he was really boring because when you cut out the murder, it's like, well, that was mostly murder. So without being a murderer, I don't really got much in here. No.
You guys.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just a selfless guy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Or Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
That'd be a fun one.
Joan Rivers.
Joan would be great.
I just want to see her on a red carpet today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like what
That
people
would
are
be
wearing.
fun. You know, just I don't think she would get that she shouldn't say things to
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Like I don't think she would improve with society. I think it
No.
would get worse and be more fun for us.
Yeah,
Patch
I like
Adams'
that.
wife. That was so
What'd you say?
Patch
Adams' wife?
Yeah, in the movie, she gets shot.
What?
That's sad.
But that's not a movie
I
if she
see-
doesn't. I'll make a case, and I know what you're saying.
Right.
That's not a movie if she doesn't die.
Well, we're not throwing the movies out. We go, guess what? She's back now. Right?
Can I guess how
That's
you?
what Patch Adams
Yeah.
says. That's where you want.
That's where he
That's
gets
a
his funny
different
from.
movie,
Her
man.
death.
Patch, yes, he got his funny and he's over. But now it's 2024. Let's bring her back.
Not
Patch's
Robin
wife.
Williams.
Yeah.
Robin, like, is that how you got there? You were thinking Robin Williams, and then you were like, "What's
I
A to
forgot.
L?"
Truthfully, I forgot Robin Williams was dead. I was thinking about people that made me sad when they die. And when Patch
was
Adams' wife
top
died.
of the list?
Yeah, I was up there pretty high.
Well, Greg also worked in a hospital.
Okay.
Related a lot to
Okay,
Patch
so that's a
Adams.
little-
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've not had a lot of hardship in my life.
You haven't had a lot of hardship.
I think most of the people
know
I
who
love
had-
have stayed alive and are healthy.
Dante?
Dante
Dante had a
has,
lot of
yeah.
hardship.
Yes. Yeah,
That
he's
is
the one
what's
who
great
passed.
about you. No matter how many of your friends die in the outside world, you got so many inside. that you're
Never
fine.
lonely.
I'm never alone. I'm never alone. So Tito's like, I don't
Greg
go to the
will
city.
be-
There's no one out there. I go, there's thousands of people out here.
Greg will be
can
at
talk to
Anthony's.
anyone.
Greg will be at Anthony's funeral and just whisper to himself, "At least I got you, Dante."
You've always got me, Gregory. He'll whisper back.
I will say that I have purchased a puppet that looks like you to use at your funeral if you die before me.
Man, I hope that's true. I'm gonna believe that's true.
I will do
great.
anything to watch you with Anthony, puppet Anthony on your leg, doing
A eulogy?
First thing I say is-
yeah, that'd be great.
Hey, Anthony, anything to apologize for?
Immediately, it's grapes.
I should have called you summer of 2001. I know, buddy. But you go around the room and say a couple of I'm sorry's.
Why don't they, with tombstones,
Yeah.
the way they do with greeting cards, when you open them and a voice comes out?
Because concrete is so heavy.
I'm saying this. Hang on.
I know what you thought.
You are caught
know
up
what you
on
thought.
the opening.
I was not
It is
imagining a tombstone like a book, Greg. It's not what I was
Way too heavy, brother. Next idea.
Greg you can't put Greg in any corner.
Right.
You go like mental, he goes physical. You go physical, he goes mental.
He comes at all directions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because the idea that Greg all of a sudden
great.
was be
It's a
into the
compliment.
logistics of the weight of the
Right. And not the technology of the voice or what they would say or how it could get used.
Right, the imagination
You're
part. He
thinking
was
of
like, no, he immediately became a contractor.
Concrete.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Keep going with your idea, though.
So it talks.
I was saying that when you step, like there's an area in front of the tombstone that when you step on it, the tombstone will go like, hey,
Hey,
hey, what's up?
That's fun.
Yeah. It's
Man,
just like
graveyards will be
yeah, graveyards.
crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Graveyards would. You'd have to do. Everyone gets their own headphones. And as you walk
like
by
a
the grave,
museum.
it talks to you.
How about
Like
you
a
have
silent
headphones
disco,
and you
like
press
a
a button?
museum. It's fucking hilarious.
You get one
Stepped
time
over
to
it.
press a
That's so
button
funny.
for everyone. Everyone
Yes.
gets a button, and you only get one time
Love
to
this.
press it.
Whoa.
So so you have a message you can send one time to people when they come
Whoa.
to your
Wait,
when
grave.
you're dead.
Wow.
Wait, who?
So you have like 30
it up.
buttons in front of the grave, okay? And every
Like a child's toy.
What's that?
Or like those dogs that press the buttons by walking around and they're like Starbucks sad.
Yes. And you get up, everyone gets a button, and one will say like Anthony on it. And you get to press it, and you get to hear one message,
Wow.
one voice
Wow.
note from the beyond.
I love this.
Isn't this great?
I'm not gay.
Dude, you were just great with that?
That was your one.
That's what you got.
Jeez,
Wow,
buddy.
really, it seemed really
Right.
urgent. Too.
It would be funny
So we
to
all
find
have to-
out who you give buttons to.
Right, but
Right.
we all have to
Who
be in
gets
a
left
recording
out?
booth
Wait,
for a
does
bit
everyone
before
not
we
get a
die.
button?
Right. You
Well,
gotta go-
I think you can do it.
Take an hour.
Can I say something that is kind of fucking serious and kind of true and I think would be fucking amazing? All
right.
Everyone's always like, everyone's got a podcast. That's great. And when you walk by there when you walk by their casket, you can click and listen to all of their podcasts.
So it's like going to the physical, their physical Spotify page.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Yeah.
You just walk around.
You could do that with your phone though.
How?
Opening up Spotify and
Do
listening.
we know anyone dead who had a podcast? Like, who's dead that has a podcast?
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas
He
Jefferson.
had a famous podcast. He was
Yeah.
he did many things.
Thomas
One of them was
Thomas
invent the
Jefferson.
podcast.
Wait a minute.
I thought you said Tommy Shepardson. I was like, who's this guy?
Oh, Tommy, no, he's a
No,
lobsterman from Norwalk.
He had a big lobster show.
No, Thomas Jefferson, the Monticello Hour.
I do think about that if like I pass away, my last podcast and like what I'm
But
ranting
what if it's
about.
this?
Like if it's this,
Let's hope.
Let's hope.
like that guy.
Let's
What's the guy
hope.
from One Direction who just passed away? Fell off a building or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fell off a
Yesterday.
building?
That's
He
wild.
fell off his
Yeah.
balcony in like Brazil,
Oof.
which doesn't sound like that's all that happened, but
Right.
Probably
You don't
not
just
something-
fall off the balcony.
Well, they got
Maybe
these
he's trying to
new,
jump it.
He's got the new slippery balconies that celebrities are all about.
And they're
Yeah,
not allowed in
that's-
Talktown. I'll say
they're
this
not.
right now.
They're
Not having
not.
those.
No slippery
we're not hopping on
balconies.
this trend.
No.
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 All Velcro on balconies. And
Oh,
you gotta
I
wear
like that.
reverse Velcro socks.
Yes.
reverse Velcro socks.
So, wait,
So balconies are Velcro, bottom of socks are
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the
Crunching around
interlocking.
at night.
Great.
what? Can I go back to the button thing? I just
Yeah.
want to make sure I
Not done
fully
with this.
understand it.
Yeah.
So it's in the beginning of the graveyard. There's a bunch of buttons.
No, it's at
Each site.
each site.
Okay.
So you walk up to it and you do it classy, you make it look right, but you like flip over a box that's like it's grass, and then you press a button, box flips over, and it's a headphones with different buttons that have names on it. And it's the last message you want to send
love
to
this.
each of those people.
I would,
Oh, multiple
Right.
people.
So it's like
wow.
there's a
each
Greg
button is a
button, there's an
different
Anthony
button.
button, there's an
Okay.
Allison button.
Man, but
You press it
imagine-
once and then immediately it just poofs.
and it's
This is
gone.
awesome.
Man,
This
but
is great.
I would feel really sad if I thought someone left me a message and I opened the box and I didn't see a button with my name
No
there.
Allison.
No,
yeah,
Allison.
but the buttons are mostly going to be bad. I think it's mostly going to be like, oh, send this to my ex-wife. You dumb bitch. I know you're cheating on me. A lot of them are spite buttons.
Spite buttons.
Ooh.
Spite buttons I
Well,
am into because I have some messages I would like to leave and not say while
How
I'm
about,
still here.
Well, how about you
you-
open it up and half of it's spite, half of it's happy, and
Or
you
color
see what's-
coordinate.
You
What
see-
side are you on?
Right, you see where you land.
Wow.
Not to get too in the weeds of the financials.
There's
of
a
this,
button waiting for you.
but I'm sure you would appreciate
Yes, I want to hear about the numbers.
this. Now, do you get a certain allotment of free buttons and you have to pay for extras, or does everyone
yeah.
get like
Ooh. Well,
everyone
this-
just gets 10 buttons?
Everyone gets 10.
and you have to decide who you wager it out.
I
However
think
you
it
wager.
depends on how nice of a cemetery you're buried at. You know, like
Okay.
that's your allowable buttons, right? I think you buy a package, right?
Right.
Gonna get the 30 button special. I'll get a 100 button, thing.
Okay.
You also got to fill the buttons. I don't know if I could think of 100 people I have a message for when I die.
No.
Right?
So you fill the
Right.
buttons.
It's
The
like I
less
know
is
100
more type of
people.
thing.
I don't really have 100 people I would like to say something.
Right.
so
and
funny.
you get a letter. You have a letter that gets hand delivered to your house. Like it's like the old days when like you're invited to like, the gala with like the big like wax thing. You get that big
like
letter.
that.
Oh, I love
And it's
a
like
wax
you've been
seal.
invited
Richard
to hear
knows.
Richard, yeah.
Ronald invites you to your button.
Okay,
love it.
so then that's funny though, where you're saying like you run out of buttons. One button just says like white man. You know what I mean? 'Cause they're, like, just
any
I'm a-
rando?
Yeah, exactly.
Any rand, I have a message for a white man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be funny to give one to someone that you're like kind of don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a loose acquaintance.
Right. Like if you
Starbucks
And then you tell them a
barista,
secret.
The night
Yeah.
before I died, I'd be like, you fucking could have said hello. It was my last day
there's
to be
a
alive.
button waiting for you.
And you didn't even say thank you for the tip.
So you just on this random person,
Yeah.
you just send them
Learn.
something to make them regret, like to live with.
You were mean to me
some
on my
people
last
really
day.
use it.
And also,
Yeah.
he has to go to Starbucks every day in case that's his last day.
Right.
It's also a burden.
There
Right.
it is.
Can I throw this other idea out there? Sure.
Yeah.
I think this is going to get voted down, but you got to put
Well,
it out there.
bring it to court.
Okay.
I call it the For Your Children button, and it's it's a ticker to see every time someone visits your grave. It goes 1, 2, 3. It counts how many people visit your grave, right? Just so that you can know how many people visited this person's grave, right? And it's called For Your Children because it makes your children feel really bad when no one has visited their grave.
I like
Right.
a ticker.
Yeah.
I like
I
the
like
ticker.
a ticker just to know, you
So-
know, who's around.
Let me add on to your idea. Okay, it's a ticker that goes up and then goes back to 0 every time your kids visit. So
like a timer?
So you go, your kids. You
Oh,
can
since-
Yeah, you can guilt your kids from the great beyond. Like every
Right.
time they show up, they'll see like 50 people have been here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Between their last
And
visit.
they're like, I haven't been coming enough. All these
Right.
other people are doing a better job than I am.
Right,
of
random
visiting.
strangers are visiting my dad.
Or you wait 20 years and it says 3, and you're like, only 3 people came to see my dad. In 20
Right.
years.
Yeah,
So
and
it
then
makes
you
them
also
feel bad no matter what.
No matter
Right.
what.
Right.
Yeah, this
Like-
button
What if you don't
always,
have kids?
Then you have no one to make feel bad because this button
You
only
get
makes children
cremated.
feel bad.
Yeah.
You
sick.
don't get a grave.
Throw me in the
Right.
fire.
You get
No,
thrown
you
in the
fire your
fire. You childless
So
Wow.
are
You're-
we going to turn
you're
some
naked.
people into the educational skeletons? I'll be one of
Oh
those.
yeah, right. The education.
What's the
I hate to be a
educational-
stickler,
Because
but
mine will be all special because it's like half metal.
Yeah, actually.
I hate to be a stickler, but we did agree.
You know the ones in schools?
Yes.
Yeah. Some dead people become those.
Yeah, we're doing that with some dead people. Alice has got a record
Do
of all
the
this.
kids know the?
That's right.
and a-
There's
and a wall
it's a
with
giant wall that you are that is clear and you are presented naked and it goes
So like
up
the bodies museum, like you
Kinda.
become part
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they give your backstory?
with the podcast. If you have a QR code, sure.
Yeah, you got a QR code. I think that's
QR
great.
code.
Yeah.
Perfect. That doesn't need to get voted. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's
No notes.
I just pushed that through, right?
Yeah, that's pushed through. How are you guys feeling? And this is a little off topic, but holidays, skeletal related. How are you feeling about these new decorations people are doing with skeletons, where they're like kind of propping them up? And like it'll be like a skeleton with a Mets shirt on, skeleton
yeah.
with a Yankees shirt on. They're playing cards.
I love it.
I love
You
it.
love it.
I
Okay.
love
I love
any amount of individuality when it comes to these yard presentations for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I love when they scare the shit out of people. Like I want, that's like my goal in life. It is something that I think beyond my energies, but I do want to have a front yard that people go, what the fuck is up with this guy? Right? Like they're like, this
Yes.
guy doesn't talk to anybody, but then suddenly he has this yard that is like
He's a bit of a
wild.
shut-in.
Right. You know, Jared, I think he's a comic, he does a podcast, but he doesn't really talk to anyone in the town. But he goes all out.
Full diorama.
Halloween.
Bro,
I
yeah,
love that.
diorama. There's skeletons
Animatronics.
dancing.
Yeah.
I want to be that
Like a
guy.
haunted Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I gotta say,
Oh my God, buying the old Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh God, they're so scary.
For Halloween.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
That's a great,
This is a great
investment.
idea.
That's
Great investment.
I gotta say, my favorite thing about Halloween is when people carve pumpkins that look like they're throwing up and then put like a wine or a beer bottle next to them.
Yes.
That's my favorite thing.
Yes.
Pumpkins
This is,
throwing up.
but this is the thing. It's like, time went into that.
That's a great. Put that on your dating profile.
There it is. I just love the idea that someone like alone, like by themselves, made that.
It's great.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just like, I just want someone to walk by and smile.
The first
I
person who
got
did that,
next.
literal genius.
Right.
I can go ahead.
You
and
ever see when they put a baby inside, you know, someone dresses as a chef and they put the baby inside the pot dressed as a lobster?
It's perfect.
For like
Makes
a
me
costume?
happy.
Yeah, costume.
Makes
Yeah,
me
I love
happy
that.
Love
every
that.
time.
Oh,
every
yeah.
time.
I always
That's
like
cute.
it.
Love
I'm not
it.
a Halloween
I
costume.
always like it, and I'm always kind of,
wearer.
I'm dumb enough to be fooled, and I love that I'm dumb enough to be fooled.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
You think it's a lobster and a real chef?
Absolutely.
Got it.
First glance, I do. Second glance, I go, okay, that's not a thing.
a baby.
But I love that second for me, and I love that I'm just dumb
Yeah.
enough where I get to enjoy that.
He's out on the street. You're like, is he cook? Oh, no.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. That's
Guess
not
he
a
made
thing
a
that happens.
stew. Oh.
Greg had next.
Yeah. I am now a man of the suburbs.
Yeah.
Right?
I just moved to the suburbs 2 days ago.
Really?
Yes.
What bird?